What's up, guys? It's Reeps US here. I just wanted to talk about this interesting issue. And before I say that, I must preface this before I upset my Singaporean friends. I love Singapore. I've been going there for a long time, doing some business as well in Singapore, and it still remains a major internet hub. But maybe speaking as a Canadian, or maybe someone who feels threatened by the current state of affairs in the United States, as has always been a threat, but now more people are aware of this threat. So I just want to lay out a hypothetical here, and let's be very honest with ourselves here. And again, let's compare some places I love which are somewhat similar. Singapore and Hong Kong. The two jurisdictions actually have a lot in common. In fact, one of my good friends actually said back in the days, there was a time where Singapore actually borrowed a lot of ideas and methodology from Hong Kong to get where they are. So both are tech hubs, both are financial hubs, right? Both great places to be, both very safe and stable, politically and economically. But there's one huge difference that I wonder if everyone's thinking about. Now, I want to talk going back to our friend here, Edward Snowden. Okay, let's see where he was safe in. And so he was fleeing the United States because it had ironically revealed with evidence for the first time. I mean, 1,000 people were aware of this. They had evidence on it. I've been aware of this for a long time. I didn't have the evidence until I'm not a U.S. government contractor. But of course, people like Edward were. He fled to where? To Hong Kong. And he was safe there. Although he couldn't remain there, they did tell him pretty nicely that he had better go. But my point is that the US wanted him, and Hong Kong did not give him up. Now, I want to talk about other hypotheticals here. That's not a hypothetical. Now, let's be honest with ourselves, like I say. Now, if you are, say, a Canadian company or American company or whatever company, maybe you're being targeted by the United States. As you're now aware, many people are now aware, you don't have to be in politics to be targeted by a third country. So if you were going to put your business and or data in Singapore or Hong Kong and the United States wanted to come for you, I'll tell you how I would feel and what we'd recommend to our clients here. Again, being honest here, now looking at the relationship with the United States and Singapore and Hong Kong, where would you feel safer? I would say, objectively, Hong Kong. Why? It's protected by the People's Republic of China, although it has its own separate, distinct Western-style system. I mean, for myself, I'm English-speaking. I find everything there, kind of just like home. Very similar to Canada, but very efficient, very straightforward. But I know that it is backed by a major power. Now, Singapore, again, they do have a lot of money, a lot of resources, but they do not have the capability to defend themselves economically, politically, or militarily if they are threatened by the United States. So do you really think you're a small company, or even if you think you have a big company worth, tens of billions of dollars, or even billions of dollars, do you really think that Singapore is going to risk its future to say no to the United States if it means putting your company under or doing something that is horrible for yourself and your company? And again, that's where I think we can arguably say that the place to be safe in this situation is going to be a jurisdiction like Hong Kong versus Singapore. And once again, my Singaporean friend, this is nothing towards the great thing that Singapore has and has done and is continuing to do. But if we place our bets, though, about which jurisdiction is going to resist the United States pressure, I think it's very clear. And to be very fair again, I'm from Canada. We're in no position to resist the United States, even to take us over, and we never have been. The United States dominates us in every aspect. And so that's, I think, what we need to be looking at. If you have a business, if you have data and other things that are important to you, you got to put yourself in a place that's going to keep you safe. And there, again, are very, very few places in the world, as we can see, that are going to be able to do that. We could also look at what's going on with the Europeans. Once again, they're extremely vulnerable. History has shown us there. The U.S. has operated many spy operations on the Europeans out of their countries. They have no way of resisting U.S. dominance or pressure, guys. So as things heat up, as the world moves towards a less certain area, I ask you, where do you truly feel your company and your data is safe? All right, guys, we'll leave it at that. Let's continue this conversation. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys next time.